Here are 5 things that people miss out of their DNO application form. This is why they get rejected, why they can take longer, why it can be so frustrating in our industry that things aren't getting done at the right pace and the right time for us. Let's start. Technical specifications. Missing technical specifications off that DNO application. If you've not put your breaker capacity on there, if you've not put your connection capacity on there, if you've not actually read the form and put the technical detail in there that is requested and required in the values that they state as well. Sometimes it's in megawatts, kilowatts, and you've got to get that in the right kind of context, or that was just a computer says no straight away. These guys are going through thousands of these every day. They've got hundreds landing on the door, and they've got a massive backlog behind them as well. Incorrect details. So details in 3 directions. One is the details of us as consultants, the people that are dealing with the problem, the installer's details, that's another element on there. Sometimes the two are the same, sometimes they're not. In my case, they're always like a separate entity. And then the client's details as well. Sometimes getting the right person on the end of the DNO, that means it's the right building and the right person that it would be responsible within that building, especially if that estate has got multiple sites, especially if that estate is bigger and wider than what we're looking at. Failing to follow the guidelines. With this one, failing to follow guidelines is again not speaking in their language, is not following the form the right way, and then maybe skipping section 5A or B one of the lower down sections within the form itself. Especially you find this, especially when you've got battery, especially when you've got existing systems on, putting that in the wrong column. You're not following the guidelines that they've given you to nail it in the right way. Wrong documents submitted. So a lot of the time, it's really easy to find the documents that you need now with regards to inverter specification. Back in the day, we'd have to write to the manufacturer, we'd have to wait for them to email us back. There was up and down with what were the different guidelines within those documents. But now it's much easier on most of the main websites where we can download our data sheets from. They've also got like an added tab with specifications and downloadable documents. I've started saving them in a separate file on my computer so that I've got a catalogue, almost so I can work offline if I'm not around, but then also so that if I'm sat with a client and they ask a quick fire question, I know roughly I've got the 80 kilowatt, the 250 kilowatt, the half meg kilowatt for that, and you get to know those specifications, just so you're not submitting the wrong documents, because it's back round again, 2-week waiting just to get something out in the open. Also, you could literally submit the wrong inverter size, the wrong inverter spec. You could, if it's got the wrong details after it, you're telling them you're connecting a different inverter that's not actually the one that you've connected in there as well. And then the last and final thing is that incorrect details on the addresses. So the addresses of where the system goes. So what I'm meaning here is the specific location for the grid location. So in that documentation that we submit to the DNO, there's a single line diagram, there's an overview document, but within that, we're doing your point of connection is here. I tend to drop a grid reference on that. I tend to drop the 3 keywords on that as well. Those are just 2 little helpers out of the 5 things that you could potentially drop with dealing with submitting your DNO and trying to get it through as fast as you can. Good luck getting your DNOs through. If you need any help or support in those types of things, then pull a consultant in. It doesn't have to be us. Just pull a consultant in to help you get those things in place, and a how-to document so the whole team knows how to do it, and the whole team are doing it the same way around. I follow my own little checklist that helps me whenever I'm submitting a DNO application. So I really hope that's brought some knowledge and skill and a bit more information to how not to get your DNO applications kicked back and stall. So yeah, it's Justin from Independent Solar Consultants. Good luck with getting your DNOs in and submitted.